We have just witnessed the craziest performance in running history. And this isn't the usual clickbait you hear on YouTube. We actually mean it. By far the craziest running performance of all time. And that was Ruth Chepngetich, who yesterday in Chicago ran a marathon time of 2 hours, 9 minutes and 56 seconds. And before we get into the race itself, to give some context into what this performance equates to in terms of other race distances, according to the Jack Daniels VDOT running calculator, Ruth's marathon time was equivalent to running a 61:56 half marathon, a 28:08 10,000 meters, a 13:31 5,000 meters, a 7:46 3,000 meters, a 3:55 mile, and a 3:35 1,500 meters. So if you take the women's 1,500 meters, for example, the current world record is 3:49, 14 seconds slower than Ruth's converted time. Obviously these can't be accurate, but it's just to show how crazy this performance is. The current top 5 women's times in marathon history now goes 2:09:56, and then almost 2 minutes back is Tigist Assefa's 2:11:53, which at the time was seen as impossible, and that was only last year. Third is Sifan Hassan's 2:13:44. Fourth is Bridget Koskai's 2:14:04. And fifth is Amani Shakule's 2:14:58. So between first and fifth, there is a 5 minutes and 2 second difference. If we took the same 5 minute difference in the men's marathon, that'd be the difference between first and 158th. So now we've shown you just how outlandish this performance is. The race itself needs a breakdown. And just before we get into that, in a post-race press conference, Ruth announced that she was self-coached. Through the first 5K, Ruth ran 15 minutes flat. That would be fast enough to win almost all of the 5K road races in the world. She then went through 10K in 30:14, so a 15:14 second 5K. At this point, almost everyone was thinking it's only a matter of time before she slows down, and quite drastically, because at that point she was on for a 2:07 marathon. And although she did slow down, it wasn't anywhere near the rate everyone thought. The next 10K was 30:37, going through the half marathon in 64:16, which would be 5th on the women's all-time list for the half marathon. After that, her next 10K was 30:58, and she closed her final 10K in 31:22. So there was finally some signs of fatigue. But nonetheless, she finished her last 2.2K in 6 minutes and 45 seconds, crossing the line to shock the world in 2:09:56, which is an average pace of 3:04 per kilometre or 4:57 per mile. And for all the UK viewers on here, in the last 15 years, Ruth's time would have ranked her 8th in the UK men's marathon times.